Have you ever wondered why some people seem unstoppable while others stay stuck in the same place for years? It's not luck, money, or connections that set them apart. It's the invisible force that drives every choice they make and every goal they chase. It's what gets them out of bed with energy even when life knocks them down. Imagine waking up every morning not asking, "What should I do today?" but knowing exactly where you're going and why it matters. Picture living each day with a clear destination in mind and the courage to keep moving toward it, even when the road gets rough. Most people wander through life hoping to stumble upon success, yet they never stop to ask themselves, what am I really here for? Without a guiding picture of the future, distractions become more tempting, excuses sound more reasonable, and days slip away unnoticed. But when you hold a powerful vision in your heart, it acts like a magnet pulling you forward. Doubts lose their grip because your vision is stronger than fear. Suddenly, obstacles become stepping stones instead of roadblocks. You start to see opportunities hidden inside problems. You make choices not based on comfort, but on purpose. This invisible force transforms ordinary people into leaders, dreamers into achievers, and victims into victors. The good news is, it doesn't matter where you come from, how much money you have, or what mistakes you've made. Anyone can tap into this power and rewrite the story of their life. If you've ever felt lost, unmotivated, or trapped by circumstances, maybe what you're missing is not talent or discipline, but a vision that ignites your soul and makes the impossible feel possible. Now is the time to open your eyes to what your life could truly become. Every person on this planet is born with incredible potential, yet many live far below what they are truly capable of achieving. From a young age, we are told to dream big. But as life unfolds, the pressures of daily survival, responsibilities, and disappointments often bury those dreams. It's easy to slip into routines that feel safe, but slowly drain our passion for living. Days turn into weeks, weeks into years, and before we know it, we find ourselves asking, is this all there is? Deep inside, however, there is a longing for something more. A deeper sense of purpose, a clear direction, and the feeling that our life genuinely matters. This longing is not just wishful thinking, it is a signal from within, urging us to reconnect with a vision for our life that can guide us through uncertainty and motivate us to keep going when things get tough. Clear vision is like a lighthouse in the fog, providing focus and direction when everything around us seems confusing or overwhelming. It does not eliminate challenges, but it gives us the strength and clarity to face them head on. People who live with vision don't waste their energy on things that don't matter. They are not easily swayed by criticism, distractions, or temporary setbacks. Instead, they pour their time, effort, and heart into moving steadily toward what they see in their mind's eye. Having a vision does not mean you have every step figured out in advance. It means you have a compelling picture of what your future could look like, and the determination to make choices today that align with that picture. Vision breathes life into ordinary routines and transforms mundane tasks into steps on a path to something greater. It shapes how we spend our time, the people we surround ourselves with, and the risks we are willing to take. The most extraordinary accomplishments in history, inventions, movements, businesses, works of art, all started as visions in someone's mind before they became reality. Vision is the seed of progress. It fuels innovation, inspires leadership, and turns limitations into opportunities. It empowers us to see beyond what is to what could be. For anyone feeling stuck or uninspired, the answer is not to work harder at the same old routine, but to step back and ask, what is my vision? Once that picture becomes clear, It ignites a spark that lights the way forward, transforming not just our future, but the lives of everyone we touch along the journey. One of the greatest challenges facing people today is not a lack of intelligence, resources, or opportunity, but rather the absence of a clear, compelling vision for their lives. Many wake up each day with no real sense of purpose beyond surviving the daily grind. They go through the motions, work jobs they tolerate, spend weekends trying to escape reality, and repeat the same cycle week after week. Deep down, they sense there is more to life than bills and obligations, but without a vision to pull them forward, they feel powerless to break free from the patterns that keep them stuck. This problem is so widespread that it has become normal to settle for less. Some bury their frustration under distractions, endless scrolling, binge-watching, mindless entertainment, anything to avoid facing the uncomfortable truth that they have drifted far from who they wanted to become. Others silence their dreams by convincing themselves they are too old, too inexperienced, or too burdened by responsibilities to change course now. Fear and complacency feed this cycle until dreams that once burned brightly fade into regrets and what-ifs. Without vision, life feels chaotic. Decisions become reactive instead of intentional. Time gets wasted on trivial things because there is no bigger picture guiding what deserves attention and what doesn't. Relationships suffer because people without vision often settle for company that matches their comfort zone instead of supporting their growth. Goals get abandoned at the first sign of difficulty because there is no strong why to keep pushing through setbacks. This lack of vision doesn't just affect individuals. It impacts families, communities, and even entire nations. When people don't know where they are going, they can't lead others forward. When leaders lack vision, businesses stagnate, communities crumble, and hope disappears. Young people growing up in environments without examples of vision often repeat the same cycles of drifting and disappointment, never realizing they have the power to choose a different path. At its core, this is not simply a motivational issue, it is a crisis of direction. A life without vision is vulnerable to distractions, easily swayed by negative influences, and driven by short-term pleasures rather than long-term purpose. Without vision, talents are wasted, opportunities are missed, and potential remains locked away. The cost is not just an unfulfilled life, but a ripple effect of lost ideas, innovations, and solutions the world desperately needs. This is the challenge we face, to recognize the danger of living without vision and to find the courage to define what we want our lives to stand for, no matter what obstacles stand in the way. Understanding the importance of vision is only the beginning. The real transformation happens when we actively cultivate it. Developing a strong vision starts with stepping back from daily noise and honestly asking, what do I truly want my life to look like? This question goes beyond superficial goals like making more money or owning nice things. It reaches deeper into the core of who you are and what impact you want to have on the world. To gain this clarity, it helps to reflect on your passions, strengths, values, and the kind of legacy you want to leave behind. Once you have glimpses of this bigger picture, the next step is to write it down in vivid detail. This is not just an exercise for dreamers. Writing clarifies your thoughts and turns vague wishes into concrete possibilities. A written vision serves as a map you can return to whenever you feel lost or distracted. It reminds you of what really matters and why you must keep moving forward. A powerful vision also requires belief. Many people stop themselves before they even start because they cannot see how their vision could ever become reality. They focus on limitations, lack of money, skills, or support, and give up before taking the first step. But vision works the opposite way. When you hold it firmly, your mind begins to find solutions and paths you never noticed before. Small opportunities appear where none seem to exist. People show up to help, ideas flow more freely, and what once looked impossible starts to feel achievable one decision at a time. Having a vision is not a guarantee that life will be easy. Challenges, setbacks, and doubts will still come, but with vision, they lose the power to completely derail you. Instead of seeing problems as reasons to quit, you learn to see them as part of the journey. Failures become lessons. Delays become preparation. Vision gives you resilience and adaptability because you know that where you are today is not where you will always be. To strengthen your vision, it's vital to protect it. Not everyone will understand your dreams. Some may criticize or mock your goals because they feel uncomfortable with your ambition. Guard your vision against negativity by surrounding yourself with people who encourage your growth and share similar values. Seek out books, mentors, and environments that feed your faith in what's possible. Day by day, as you act in alignment with your vision, you begin to reshape your reality. Ordinary actions gain meaning, priorities shift, confidence grows. Over time, the gap between where you are and where you want to be narrows, proving that vision truly does have the power to transform a life from the inside out. There comes a moment in every person's journey when they must decide whether to continue living by chance or to fully commit to living by vision. This decision is not made once, but reaffirmed many times, often in the face of uncertainty, fear, and discouragement. The turning point happens when you realize that drifting through life, hoping things will change on their own, only leads to frustration and regret. Real change demands an intentional choice to see your life differently and act accordingly, even when circumstances give you every reason to quit. For some, this pivotal moment comes during a crisis, a job loss, a heartbreak, a financial setback that shakes them awake and forces them to ask, what do I really want my life to mean? For others, it's a quiet but powerful realization after years of routine, when they recognize they've been living far below their true potential. Whatever the trigger, it sparks an internal shift that can't be ignored. It's as if a light comes on inside, illuminating possibilities that once seemed hidden in darkness. This is when excuses start to crumble. The reasons for not trying, I'm too old, I don't have enough time, I'm not talented enough, lose their grip. Instead of dwelling on obstacles, the mind begins to focus on possibilities and solutions. Energy that was wasted on complaining is redirected into planning, learning, and taking bold steps forward. It's a moment of awakening when a person moves from wishing for change to creating it. This key moment often requires courage to let go of comfort zones. It might mean leaving behind toxic relationships, saying no to things that drain your energy, or making sacrifices that others don't understand. It could mean investing in education, starting a business, moving to a new place, or simply believing in yourself when no one else does. It's rarely easy and almost always uncomfortable, but deep inside, there is a calm certainty that the temporary pain of change is far better than the lifelong regret of never trying. In this moment of decision, vision becomes more than a dream. It becomes a daily commitment. It shapes how you think, speak, and act. Challenges are no longer threats, but tests that refine your character and sharpen your focus. Failures become fuel, not final verdicts. With each step forward, momentum builds and confidence grows. This is the climax of every personal transformation story, the moment you stop letting life happen to you and start happening to life. It's the birth of a new chapter, one guided not by chance, but by the unstoppable force of a clear and compelling vision. When all is said and done, the difference between a life that is merely endured and a life that is truly lived comes down to having a clear vision. Vision is more than a motivational idea. It is a guiding force that brings order to chaos and purpose to every moment. Without it, days blur together in a repetitive loop of obligations and distractions. With it, each day becomes a building block for something greater, no matter how ordinary it may seem in the moment. Living with vision does not mean you have all the answers or that the path will always be smooth. On the contrary, people who dare to live by vision often face more obstacles because they are moving against the current of mediocrity. But what sets them apart is not perfection, it is perseverance, fueled by purpose. When difficulties come, they do not abandon their dreams. Instead, they adapt, learn, and keep pressing forward, knowing that setbacks are temporary, but vision is enduring. Vision acts like a filter for your choices. It helps you determine what deserves your energy and what does not. It protects you from wasting years chasing things that don't align with who you truly want to become. It empowers you to say no to distractions and yes to growth. Over time, this consistent focus shapes your character, strengthens your discipline, and inspires those around you, even if you never shout your vision from the rooftops. The way you live will speak louder than words ever could. People who hold fast to their vision become beacons for others. They show that it is possible to rise above circumstances, defy limitations, and transform dreams into reality step by step. Their lives remind us that vision is not reserved for a chosen few, but available to anyone brave enough to see beyond what is and believe in what could be. In the end, the true power of vision is that it outlives moments of doubt and seasons of struggle. It gives meaning to your journey and significance to your struggles. It lifts your eyes from problems to possibilities and reminds you daily that you were meant for more than routine survival. So whether you are just starting out or standing at a crossroads, take time to revisit your vision, refine it, protect it. Let it guide your decisions, fuel your courage, and shape your days. Because when you live with vision, you don't just exist. You inspire, lead, and leave a mark on the world that echoes long after you're gone. Now that you understand how powerful vision can be, the next step is not to let this knowledge fade away like another good idea you'll think about someday. Make today the day you choose to live with intention. Start by giving yourself permission to dream boldly again, without censoring your hopes or downsizing your desires to fit your current circumstances. Take out a notebook and write down what kind of future would make you excited to wake up every morning. Don't worry about whether you know exactly how to achieve it. Focus first on painting a clear, inspiring picture of the life you want to create. Once you've captured this vision in writing, break it down into actionable steps. What can you do this week, this month, and this year to move closer to that vision? Maybe it's learning a new skill, having a difficult but necessary conversation, changing a habit, or finding a mentor who can guide you. Big visions come alive through small, consistent actions. Share your vision with someone you trust, someone who will encourage you, hold you accountable, and remind you why you started when motivation dips. Surround yourself with people and environments that nurture your growth instead of feeding your doubts. Read books, listen to talks, and invest time in learning from others who have walked similar paths and turned their visions into reality. Stay patient with yourself. Some days will feel like huge leaps forward. Other days may feel like standing still. Remember, progress is not always obvious in the moment, but every step, no matter how small, builds momentum. Commit to revisiting your vision regularly. Life will throw distractions and detours your way, but returning to your vision keeps you grounded in what truly matters. Let it be your daily compass when choices get hard and your energy runs low. You hold the pen to your story. Don't wait for permission or perfect conditions. Take one step today that your future self will thank you for tomorrow. The journey won't be flawless, but it will be yours, guided by the force of a vision that makes every effort worthwhile. So stand up, take a deep breath, and begin shaping the life you know you're meant to live. Your vision is waiting for you to bring it to life starting now.